What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Diamond Standard YouTube channel at The Collector. We're going to be headed into day number 14, game number 1, rank Solar Gold. The actual match time is 5 minutes and 42 seconds. It's going to be against a Deception deck. We have a decent opening hand here with a Necrosceptor, a Wicked Fae, a Fickle Cambion, and a Curse of Greed. It looks like they're going to be playing some kind of hidden rush deck, which is good. We stand a chance against that from time to time if we pull Ragnarok to board clear or are just able to get a presence and continue healing before they're able to put down enough damage to kill us. They have a little bit of control, but they are not far enough, super far ahead at this exact moment. When I'm able to clear a creature and put down something that's going to prevent them from wanting to kill me, because they will make it really strong. The Fickle Cambion. They go for the buff and kill though, and they have quite a bit of damage. And then of course it has hidden at the end of turn, which means I am not really going to be able to do anything, and I realize that, saying GG, and I make them finish me off. So we're going to be headed into game number 2 with 0 wins and 1 loss. I will be Solar Gold, and it will be an 8-minute and 35-second game. It will be against a War deck. Decent opening hand, but not a hand I'm in love with because my creatures are high cost. The Decaying Rhino and the Fickle Cambion. Pull a Hoplite and knock his Hoplite down. Of course, he's going to be running a enhanced deck, so we expect to see quite a bit of armor. Usually a good idea to save my Ragnaroks. That way I'm able to get a wide clear on the opponent. We're able to keep them suppressed for a little bit of time. At this point, really just trying to stay ahead of them, thinking I'll be able to make it till 6 and then drop the arch. Deciding not to attack with that, thinking he may skip over that and then allow me to use the arch to get an extra zombie out of it. And then he has a solution for all of it. But of course that means that he's not going to be able to destroy all of my zombies. With Ray of Disintegration, I decide to just try to kill what I can and keep moving. Another one in my hand and a Ragnarok as well. I'm in decent shape. Ragnarok again. Clear as much of the board as I can. And then of course Guild Enforcer. I don't know if I'll be able to do anything about that, and I pretty much know I can't, and I GG him and hand it over so he can end it. Headed into game number 3 with 0 wins and 2 losses. Will be Auric Gold, as I got demoted, and it will be a 4-minute and 53-second game against a death deck. Opening up with a fair hand, nothing too crazy with the Decaying Rhino, Curse of Greed, Blight Bomb, and Ragnarok. When he opens with the Voracious Fiend, we're expecting to see a deck very similar to ours. Luckily we saved Curse of Greed and are able to get the Obelisk. This should give us an opportunity to get ahead, looking to just get wider. He is able to put a decent amount of damage down, but I get a lot of favor for the exchange, and he still doesn't get the obelisk. When I get the hoplite, the armor with the armor front line, I know that's gonna give him some grief. I know that if I blight bomb that fickle Cambion, I will be in excellent shape. And then decaying rhino, just trying to get ahead. I take down some more zombies. He's holding out, and then I pull a Nether Swarm Lord, and he surrenders. So headed into game number 4 with 1 win and 2 losses. Rank gonna be Auric Gold. Match time 4 minutes and 58 seconds. Do not love this hand running into a mage because I have a lot of control, and you don't need all of that against a mage deck. They tend to not summon creatures for quite some time. Luckily, I pull into the scepter. Unfortunately, he has a bronze servant, but then I back-to-back scepter. So that is quite crazy. There's a bronze servant in the store, so I'm trying not to give that up. And he is doing an excellent job keeping me suppressed. At this point, I was just trying to summon something that would prevent him from killing me, and luckily he finally summoned a creature, and I got the favor to get the bronze servant out of the sanctum. So I get to keep my necroscepter, and Nether Swarm Lord comes out. He doesn't have a solution and surrenders. Headed into game 5 with 2 wins and 2 losses. Still in Auric Gold and a match time of 5 minutes and 17 seconds. Facing a nature deck, we come in a little bit behind on the recording, but not too bad. Going with the decision to get ultra large instead of super wide because the nature deck tends to play some wide creature kill like the wildfire, just like that, and likely I should have Ragnaroked the turn before, but that's okay. Always an opportunity to do that now. And then knock the spider down once so that everything dies when the Ragnarok buff debuff goes off. At this point, I don't really know if I'm going to be able to do anything, but I am playing what I can to stay alive. I pull a corpse explosion, but I still do not think I'm going to be able to do it. I'm counting in my head and I know I can't win, so I just play what I can and show him I'm unable to win and pass it over. He takes it, so headed into game number 6 with 2 wins and 3 losses. Still Auric Gold, and this is a 15-minute and 51-second match against a Deception deck. A very long one. He is playing Thievery, which means he is getting spells from my domain, which are cheap. Pyro Cannon. He's gonna give my creatures burn. Trying to think of kind of the best plan of action because the Pyro Cannon gives the creature with the most health burn. So trying to keep my creatures along as live as possible. I want to run down the Pyro Cannon before I put out the Obelisk. Kind of having a tough decision on what to do this turn because the Pyro Cannon had to go out. And I didn't want to put it on either my Obelisk or my Nether Swarm Lord. It seems like I have a lead right now, but it's mixed mixed bag. Buffing two creatures, lots of opportunity for him to win still. Taking a long time to think about his decisions. He rapture dances. It's not enough. Arch of a Minmos. Then he Onis. The Oni gives him a lot of power. Ray of Disintegration on the Oni, and then I pull the Nightleaf Trapper out of the Sanctum because I don't want him to be able to get rid of my Necroscepter if I choose to play it. Then he returns everything to both of our hands. I lose a card. I decide I want to play as many cards as possible. That way I don't lose them if he just has some way to make me draw more cards. He split damage equal to his mana gem spent against all my things. Luckily I was able to kill that. Pretty powerful. Still trying to stay wide. Bound by my will. Bronze Servant. Unfortunately gets rid of the Necroscepter. He played by the Bound by the Will, and I thought it was probably a good idea to then play my Obelisk. At this point, I'm pretty much looking to pull into a Corpse Explosion. I pull the Corpse Explosion, but don't have enough damage to end it. I kill the Wither. That way he's not able to just run it down on me. Ending up with 3 zombies. It's critical at this point to see what he's going to do. Returns everything to my hand. Making it difficult to get off a Corpse Explosion. I have the zombies. I fill the board up one more time. He takes a long time. He's unable to clear the board. I know at this point I should be able to end it with just what's in my hand, and I do. For the Corpse Explosion, headed into Game 7 with 3 wins and 3 losses. Still Auric Gold, and this match is 4 minutes and 35 seconds against a light deck. Opening strong by killing off his front line, and he plays a second one. Able to suppress him some more, especially since I don't have any creatures in my hand. He plays Ally. He's getting a strong front line. I Ragnarok and drop the Obelisk. This is a difficult deck to beat for me, but I stand a chance. He appears to be having problems connecting. And we wait it out with him. It passes over to me. I get wide. And ultimately, he surrenders. So we're headed into Game 8 with 4 wins and 3 losses. Still Auric Gold, but headed in the right direction. 7 minutes and 43 seconds against a War deck. I think it's going to be really cool when we get to the end of this and I'm able to take all the statistics against all the different decks and kind of see how it really pans out for this particular deck. And of course all the gods earned by having a mostly diamond deck. Pretty exciting, no doubt. I've recently shared on Reddit some of the advantages and some of the things that I have going on with my records, so we'll just have to see what I'm able to share when I do my monthly highlight video. He is getting pretty strong at this point, looking to give everything. Ward, but I'm able to kill everything he has, which is nice. He's able to get rid of my decaying rhino, but I have a ray disintegration to clear his monster front line. Necrosceptor and deciding to just get some creatures out there. Nether Swarm Lord, always a strong choice. It looks like unless he clears all my creatures, I'm going to be able to Corpse Explosion. Of course, he pulls the big old heal there with a 6 leech. He heals for 5, but I'm looking at it and doing the math, and I should still be able to kill him with what I have in my hand, and in fact I do. So we're going to be headed into game number 9 with 5 wins and 3 losses. Rank is still going to be Auric Gold. And the match time is going to be 6 minutes and 56 seconds against a mage. Interesting to see my opening hand. I kind of like it when he burns a starfall. I like to see that as well, meaning my obelisk may make it a little bit longer. He had the Iron Tooth Goblin, and that is a pain. I try to keep his creatures clear. Layhorde Hatchling is a pain. Blight Bomb it. Swing on him. Put one more creature out and see what he does. Of course, the Talisman. Pain. I clear it before I put anything down, and then end up dropping Wicked Fae. Ragnarok his Labyrinth Guard, and just put damage down slowly. He is able to clear my board. I drop the Vampiric Skull and get the Obelisk back. A pretty strong move. Then follow up with a Decaying Rhino and hit for quite a bit of damage. I still want to get a Corpse Explosion off. And with that, he leaves my Decaying Rhino alive, and I am able to finish it. So headed into game number 10 with 6 wins and 3 losses. Ranked Solar Gold. And my match time is going to be 5 minutes and 17 seconds. Against a Deception deck. He is running an interesting deck. He's going to be knocking down my strength, and of course the Petulant Imp is a little bit of a surprise, but it looks like an Echocaster Deception deck. He is able to keep down quite a bit of my strength. He did manage to pull the Bronze Servant, but I'm not really super worried about that. He Chain of Wills and stills my Obelisk. I have another one and able to clear it before he gets 2 ahead with it. Ray Disintegrate the Enforcer, and I'm still putting down damage. I decided to get nothing from the Sanctum, but a couple of the things over there are looking pretty good. I just keep clearing everything on his side of the board that I can and slowly poking him down. He, of course, plays Oni. Major pain. I put down just enough damage that the Oni should die, and he then plays the Wither. At this point, there's not going to be much I'm able to do to come back, but I dropped some things to see if I can distract him. Very little distraction as he clears my entire board. Knowing that my Necroceptor is no good, I try to bring back the Obelisk. He Rapture Dances. And of course, I know basically at this point it's over because I cannot get the old Wither. And I have to hand it over to him, and he chooses not to end it but to play with me. Yes, how much fun. I hand it back to him, and of course, he Ember Onis just to show off how much control he had, and then ends it. So my overall result are 6 wins and 4 losses. Gods earned 10.732 in rank Solar Gold. Thank you for watching, and please like, subscribe, and comment.